So I looked at something this morning. This guy John McGinty, he did a video where he's talking about how he gives out counterfeit money to the homeless people, and like it was funny. And he was saying that he felt like it works both ways. He feels better, they feel better, and when they get caught by the police for counterfeit, they go to jail. And somebody on there was talking about how he has this like energy of like a stalker. He's the energy of a guy that would like put something in your drink, like a date rape drug, and he does. He's a creepy guy. And listen to the bulwark. The guy made a great statement. He said something that really hit me that I had never thought about. Never in my million years. He said, it should remind you of George Floyd. If you remember, George Floyd was murdered for counterfeit money. And it just hit me how, you have a lot of blacks that I guess are supporting Trump, voting from this time. People I know are supporting Trump, I guess. And people get caught up into like, we're black. We don't care about climate change. We don't care about greater issues. We care about less taxes and stuff, which is wild. And seeing that, thinking about it, meditating on it, remind me, black people don't count. We don't. The only time black folks count is when it's time to count a vote or pay your taxes. Black people don't count. Black don't even count to other black people. Because, and I learned this, at school that, an officer, that's a lethal response. And any interaction with an officer, that's a lethal response. And, no matter what happens, a gun is always present. So what he's saying in that situation is that he's okay with people. And I'm not into this defund the police shit, but he's doing something that's bringing them into contact with lethal response, and that their life means so little to him, they could be killed. If think about the we call 911, it's lethal response is showing up. And something could happen. Somebody could reach for something. It could be a shooting. I was about shooting. And he kind of took a little deep. He said, remember, these are the kind of people that will have you in office. And remember, I think Trump had him in there and they escorted him out. And then he hired him back later on. He was one of the people that really they brought about the insurrection. And I just thought about everybody around Trump. They're losers. I mean, the governor of Arkansas, Huckabee, she's in trouble for fraud. Manafort, Flynn, he had to sell his house. He went to jail. Anyway, Manafort's going to prison. I think Bannon's going to prison now. Yep, he done fought it and drug it out, but he lost. And with the guy, Pascal or something, the web guy he had, ended up having the SWAT team had to raid his house. It's important to remember that these are the kind of people Trump had around him. And if he is reelected or he does go to the general election, these are the kind of people that are going to be around him. Losers, fanatics. People talk about how Trump and Biden are both not fit. No argument here. No argument. I have no argument with that. But if Biden was the guy who did become incapacitated, I don't think you have anybody around him that you can point that kind of finger at. That this shows you the way he thinks about homeless people. Because think about it. This isn't like conspiracy theories where it's like, I heard him say it. These are videos. When Madison Cawthorn was joking about the touch of another person and the dude, and then he puts his hand in his lap, that's on video. When he's getting in bed buck naked with a man and the man's like, get balls on her face, that's on video. The picture of him in a dress, that exists. We're not making this up. I've said it before that he said a lot of crazy shit. He lost his job by talking about Republican sex orgies. He didn't name no names, and overnight his life went to pieces. Gun in the suitcase, lost his license, speeding, this, that. It's like the hand of protection was removed from him. And he ended up losing. And his response was, "I'm not a drag queen." That he thought people in North Carolina would laugh it off. They didn't. He lost. It's a beautiful thing to remember that these things have consequences, and he felt it. But my point is just that this is their thing. This is who they are. We should note these kind of things. That if Trump was becoming incapacitated, these are the kind of people who would have their hand on the reins of government. And I think that, that's something that we should not in any way overlook. They always say, the best indicator of future performance is past behaviors. That's it. Trump's talking about he wanted to build a camp for homeless people and stuff like that. He moved back on that recently, but he went into detail. He wanted to build camps. Yeah, like workhouses back in the day. Look that up. Look at how that worked out. Workhouses. What did the Nazis say? Work will make you free. And I don't think you'll find anybody on the left that's this radical. This is extreme towards people who are down on their luck. I don't think it's right, and I don't think it's just that I never forget I found favor. I have favor. I'm not better than anybody else. That guy thinks life is a game. And it's a game that he can play with other people's lives, like it's checkers or something. And there's just something about that infuriates me on a different level, politics aside, of that. That's how he thinks. Because if he didn't, he wouldn't do a video talking about it. You wouldn't get a video together and sit there just to tell a joke. You meant that. Just like the videos of George Santos and the drag queen stuff. And he's like, I didn't do that. And now he's coming out talking about he's going to start doing those videos because he was lying all along. This is a Republican game. They only lie because they have to, because they know it's not accepted. They don't even care to even hide the things they do or the way they feel. They just lie about it because they know they're talking. I say this often. A lot of things Trump wasn't talking to black people. And you have to get to the point where you understand that these white people, they're not talking to us. They're not, it isn't racist. They're not talking to you. When Trump was attacking LeBron James, when Trump was attacking other blacks, he didn't attack Eminem. You didn't see that, did you? Eminem came out against him on stuff. You didn't see that. Because it didn't benefit him any. When was it John Lewis passed and he was talking about Baltimore was a city of cockroaches and rats? That's about attacking black leaders. That's about attacking a little bit of black leadership we have because Trump had no benefit from those people. They're not going to vote for him then or now. So if I can't benefit, so in his world, he never united the country. That's what I mean with Trump never united anything. That wasn't his thing. It was never to unite anything. It was always designed to divide. We rule by chaos and division. And then we can pull the pieces here and there how we want to. He didn't unite the country. Another 4 years of Trump would be chaotic. And at best, it'd be 4 years of government really doing nothing. At worst, Trump wants to erase the very government agencies whose job it is to study these things: pollution, climate change, inequality. That's what Trump's goal is to attack and ruin those people. I mean, he's like thugs. Trump's at war with consequences. That's it. He's not at war with I disagree with you on tax policy, or he's like committing crimes, but then he wants to take over the DOJ so he can commit more crimes. That's what this election is about. Can Trump commit crimes? Can he make it easier to fire people who are not fanatical, who are not going to, give the Nazi salute to him? If he feels like that, if he says tomorrow, we have Nazi salutes. If he says that he had a military parade, remember he came out with that. So if he come out tomorrow, Trump says, day one, everyone give me Nazi salute, we come in the White House. And if you don't do it, in his world, he could get you fired. That's that's not ridiculous, is it? So you're dealing with a person that wants to make it easier to fire the people who just don't. And I think also that there's an understanding of tradition, and that people know okay, this person did this, person did that. Trump isn't a president; he's an occupant. He's a divider, and he knows that then people can recognize hey, you're not you're like an imposter, and they'll get in the way. That's just it's just the people he attacked, Rick Bright, Dr. Fauci. These are folks who've been in government for 20 years, more than 20 years. They've been in politics. They've been in government longer than I've been alive. Never had a problem before Trump. We shouldn't forget that. These are folks that go back to Reagan. Never had a problem. Republican and Democrat never had a problem until Trump. Because Trump doesn't care about public health, public science, or the future. Let me add this one more thing. If Trump cared about crime in Baltimore or Philly or New York or Baltimore or Detroit or a number of the black cities that exist, if he cared about black cities that much, they have vans, the ATF does, or ballistics, and they can go to a city and they can aid in matching guns. This is federal shit they can do in the afternoon. If Trump cared about crime in these black cities that much, why didn't he do that? There's a lot of things he could have done, but he didn't because he wants to attack people. He wants to attack people that he has nothing for, that will never vote for him because they're opposed to him on some very basic grounds of him being a horrible politician. It's important to remember that. Listen.